Hello and welcome to our primary class regional for the Midlands. I hope you're all really excited, revved up and ready to go for today's show. I'm incredibly excited. I'm sure everyone here in the studio is as well. We're here with Lawrence, we've got Nelson and we've also got Amy here today. So let's find out what's going to be happening in today's show. We're going to meet the team, see who you are competing against, see who you want to beat, see who you're going to be cheering on. Then we're going to check out the experts' verdict. We're going to speak to a fellow competitor in the secondary competition. And then finally, the most exciting part of the show, we're going to get into our primary racing, the bit that you are all here and waiting for. Before we do that though, I want you to all make as much noise as possible. I want your school to be shaking. I want your house to be shaking. I want every single student in your school to hear you as you scream. So after the count of 3, I want you to all scream F1 in schools as loud as you can. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. F1 in schools! Wow, could you hear that, Nelson?
Yes.
Yeah, it was incredibly loud from all teams. Keep up that noise, keep up the buzz, make as much noise as you can. Your teacher desperately wants you to make as much noise as possible. Before we move on and see our experts' advice, let's have a quick look and remind ourselves what the primary class is all about. Well, you all know what primary class is all about, and that's why you're sat watching this regional final right now. We are slightly disappointed to be live at the F1 in Schools HQ in Brighouse, because that means we're not in person with you all, feeding from you and getting all the excitement out on track. And we are happy to announce, though, that next season is back in person, so you'll get to come out, get a little school trip going, and really get out on track with your cars, which is incredibly exciting times, and we can't wait to see the students back at our shows, can we, Nelson?
No. We need to learn all of the dances and special moves on the track that the teams bring. We'll show them some new ones today, maybe? Maybe not.
Let's see. Let's wait and see indeed, Nelson. Okay, let's check out who you are going to be competing against then in the Midlands.
And on the grid today in the Midlands Regional Finals 2020, we have the Gaming Gorillas.
We have the Cursed Cat and the Dangerous Dogs.
Velocity Force A.
Phoenix.
Morton Warriors.
ATA.
And the Maxile Trio.
Wow, some absolutely astounding names there. I am so excited to see how these cars are going to perform out on our track today. Some of our teams have also been sending in some introduction videos, so let's have a look at our teams in action.
Hello, we're the Gaming Gorillas. Hello, we're the Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs.
My name is Alicia and I've worked really hard on creating the design of the car.
My name is Amina and I help make the car go faster.
Hi, my name is Amira, and in the project I've designed the car body.
Well, that was absolutely amazing to see you all in those videos. Thank you for sending those in. And those dogs looked pretty dangerous. What did you think, Amy?
Yeah, I think me and Nelson are going to have to pick sides. Do you want to be a cursed cat or a dangerous dog, Nelson?
Cursed Cat, definitely.
I'm a dangerous dog then.
Ooh, girl. let's see how things evolve with the Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs and the rest of our teams in this regional final for the Midlands. Now, if you have already left school and you're currently in Year 7, then you need to make sure you get onto your Year 7 secondary school teachers and get you signed up so you can get into the competition and work your way through the classes all the way through to the World Finals, hopefully. We do have now for you the voice of Haya Ray, who had done exactly that and has made it to the World Finals last year and finished on the podium, which is an amazing result. So let's see what kind of advice Haya has got for you guys today.
Hi, I'm Hia and I'm the project manager for Blackout. I've been competing for 4 years and we've had incredible success during that time, coming second in both the national and world finals. F1 in schools has opened so many doors for me. Since competing, I've been able to visit Silverstone for the actual Grand Prix, and we got a tour of Alfa Romeo, including the incredible opportunity to meet their head strategist. I've also been in contact with the PMIEF, the Project Management Foundation, which is really exciting. F1 has been essential in my development as it's helped me to develop teamwork skills and growing confidence to be able to speak from businesses from all around the world. The one thing I would say is never give up, because F1 will get hard. It's an incredibly demanding project, but it can do so much for you. And if you find the right teammates, you'll have incredible fun along the way. To all the teams, the best of luck while competing. Have a really great time.
Hi, we're just all warming up here in the studio, just making sure we've got the energy going, ready for the show for you guys. So, now it's coming to the really exciting part. We're going to get to the racing. Hey! It's the bit that you have all been waiting for, and so have we. Before we do get started, we need to mention Amy and Max, our track team. They're out on our mezzanine. They load up the cars, and then once they've gone down the track, they bring them back. They put the 4-gram canisters back into the back of them and load them back up. And after the second race, we switch lanes, and Amy and Max do that for us very willingly. They've got about 1 million steps on the counter, so let's see how many they've got by the end of this region. Okay, Amy, would you like to introduce our very first 2 teams of the Midlands?
Yeah, our first 2 teams taking the track are the Gaming Gorillas and Moreton Warriors.
Wow, look at those cars. Absolutely amazing effort here from both teams. 2 kind of slightly different rear wings there, Lawrence. What do you want to mention?
Yeah, these 2 cars are really exciting. I mean, not do they only just pop out of the screen it does, but yes, so Gaming Gorillas has that really short rear wing. That's not going to create much drag at all to hold them down as they race down the track. But then the Moreton Warriors have this long rear wing that stretches around the rear wheels. Maybe that tidies up some of the turbulent airflow that they're chucking off. I'm so excited to see who will win this race.
Well, let's find out who does win the very first race of this regional final. Let's head out on track for race number 1.
Well, it's race number 1 with Gaming Gorillas in lane 1 and Moreton Warriors in lane 2.
And what a start to this first regionals, with the Gaming Gorillas winning with a 1.967, Moreton Warriors with a 2.512.
Absolutely amazing there from both teams. Gaming Gorillas getting under the 2-second mark there, and Moreton Warriors posting a really good time as well. So well done to both teams. So Nelson, in terms of the primary class, what kind of things have our teams had to do to get here today?
Well, they have to not only design and build their car to race for races, but they also have to complete some project elements, like a verbal presentation with lots of creativity, where they can dance and where they can play, but above all, just show the judges what they have done, and also produce a small portfolio where they actually show the judges all of the steps on their process.
Great stuff. Thanks for that, Nelson. Well, that's really, really exciting.
And use lots of glitter.
Lots of glitter. If you have, then I'm sure that might have got you some extra marks in your portfolio. Now, this is the racing show. Tomorrow is the award show. So don't forget, you can make sure that you tune in tomorrow to find out where the awards do actually go as well. Don't forget to be cheering on your teams and screaming your school down. Let's get out on track for race number 2.
Race number 2, Gaming Gorilla still in the same lane, Morton Warrior still in lane 2.
And Gaming Gorillas winning that one again with a very quick 1.829. Morton Warriors with a 3.168. Possibly some room for improvement there.
Yeah, so we saw Morton Warriors there just crawling over the line just at the end. Lawrence, is there anything that you could suggest that maybe might help the Morton Warriors when they come back next year?
I mean, these primary class cars, they're made of kind of a paper-like card construction, so that does mean they're quite soft. And perhaps in the launch there, you know, the car actually, you know, almost crouched down, absorbing some of that energy from the canister. So maybe teams can look at using different materials to make their cars from. Maybe some stiffer card that won't absorb that force, meaning it all goes into firing the car down the track.
Fantastic advice from Lawrence there. So maybe that's something we can take on board, Morton Warriors, or maybe you're going to surprise us with some incredibly fast times in our next 2 races. Let's find out what happens in race number 3.
Race number 3, now with the teams in different lanes. The Morton Warriors are now in lane 1 and the Gaming Gorillas in lane 2.
And definitely some words of encouragement helping there with Morton Warriors going a lot quicker with a 2.115. Well done, everyone there. Gaming Gorillas going quick again with a 1.815.
Well done to Gaming Gorillas with that really quick time under 2 seconds, but kudos to Morton Warriors, almost a second quicker there. Not entirely sure what happened in the second race, but that car has got some speed. Love to see it. Right, well, let's get straight out on track for the final race of this pairing.
Final race, look at those colours, lovely cars, teams still in the same lanes, lights out, there they go.
Nelson, you could say that I could see a rainbow with all those colours. Gaming Gorillas winning that one with a 1.803. Morton Warriors with a 2.341.
Wow, posting some great times from both teams. What a fantastic start to the Midlands regional here. Well done, guys. I hope you enjoyed seeing your cars going down the track. Make sure you stay tuned in, though, so you can cheer all of our other cars on and find out where you finish in the final leaderboard. But let's check out how you've positioned so far. And there we have it, the Gaming Gorillas in position 1 with a 1.803 and Morton Warriors in position 2 with that fantastic 2.115. Both teams there, you'll notice, do have an asterisk next to their name. And Nelson, can you just explain to everyone watching what that means?
Nothing to deeply worry. That just means that the cars are under investigation for a potential failure on a dimension of the car. F1 in Schools primary class is an introduction to F1 in Schools, but it starts by explaining to the students that they need to comply with certain measurements on their cars. So that means that potentially one of those measurements was broken, and that may have a small consequence on the awards, but not about they can still win the whole thing.
Excellent stuff. Thanks for explaining that, Nelson. So make sure you check that out, and it's always important that you read those technical regulations to make sure you're meeting those basic rules and regulations as you're designing and building your car. Amy, let's check out our next 2 cars.
And the next 2 cars to take the track are the Cursed Cats and Dogs and Dangerous Dogs and ATA.
The Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs and ATA. Look at those designs, 2 very different. We look like we've got a printed glossy design there, Lawrence, and also a hand-drawn kind of more matte design.
Yeah, I'm loving seeing these different techniques of creating the cars. And the Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs, you know, this is a real missile of a car we can see here. You know, they've got these side pods, they've got that flat rear wing that won't be creating any lift or downforce, nothing to prevent them flying down that track. ATA, we've got a bit of a different approach here. You can see the serrated edges to their wings. They're gonna just create these vortices, which, you know, maybe they reduce the drag a bit, and they've got no side pods there, so their car's like a missile.
Well, let's find out how they perform on our track, missiles or not.
Oh, well, I think that was a cat, Amy. So, Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs in lane 1 and ATA in lane 2.
Well, who let the dogs out, Nelson? Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs with a time of 2.128. ATA winning that one with a 2.097.
Absolutely great first race from both teams, both posting really good times just above the 2-second mark there. I wonder if anyone is going to be able to break that 2-second mark and really punch their way to the top of our leaderboard. Well, let's get out on track. I think they're ready. Yep, quadruple thumbs up from Amy and Max. Let's get out there.
Heard it again, Amy. Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs still in lane 1 and ATA in lane 2.
And it is raining cats and dogs there with a 1.926 for Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs. ATA close behind with a 2.101.
I have to say, Amy, your commentary is absolutely amazing. I'm loving it. I hope you guys at home, but look at those fast times, Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs with that 1.926. And ATA very close behind, hot on their heels with a 2.101. Really loving that. So we can just go over to Lawrence, and we've seen as though we've got two really interesting wings here. Might be a nice time to get some a little bit of a lesson on how teams can maybe improve or design some different wings next time round.
Yeah, for sure. So especially as, you know, you're moving up maybe the secondary competition as you go to secondary school and making 3D cars, I thought we might look at how aerofoils work. So you might have seen F1 cars and they've got these big wings at the front and the back. And this is kind of, it's a bit of a simplification of what one might look at. So we've got this air coming forwards at the wing. And then because there's something there, they can't go through it, so they've got to go under it and over it. So we've got this air that goes round the wing and has to meet up at the back. But there's this shorter path at the top and the longer path at the bottom. So to meet up at the same place, the air going beneath has to go much faster. So this creates this high pressure above and low pressure below, which forces the wing down, giving your car downforce and grip. Yeah, so that's how aerofoils work. What do you think, Tom?
I thought that was absolutely amazing. A fantastic explanation of that, and something that you can definitely use and learn next time round. Don't forget, this live studio is being recorded as well at the same time, so you can get back on YouTube and you'll be able to rewind and fast forward Lawrence's section there if you want to go back over it and see it again, which I'm sure you all definitely will. Let's head out on track for race number 3 then.
And race number 3 with ATA in lane 1 now and the Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs in lane 2.
And ATA doing an absolutely amazing job there with under 2 seconds with a 1.886. Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs with a 2.305.
Well done to ATA, breaking that 2-second barrier. Love to see it. I'd love to know ATA and what that means. So don't forget, you can comment on this YouTube broadcast. So please do that. Get your teacher to do it if you can't do it. And tell us all about your team's name. We'd love to know. So, I think we've got one more race of this round. Let's get on track and find out.
With teams still in the same lane. It's a big fight going on there, guys. Let's see who takes it.
And ATA goes super quick there with a very, very fast 1.775. Amazing job to that team. Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs with a 2.197.
Unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic racing from both teams. And again, breaking that 2-second barrier, ATA, love it. And Dangerous Dogs, just a little bit slower than previously, but with the 2.197. Let's head to the leaderboard and find out where that's put you. ATA, flagged for under investigation, but in position 1 with a 1.775. And there's the Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs in position 3 with a 1.926. Slightly behind your colleagues at school from Woodensfield Primary, Gaming Gorillas. It looks like they've got the bragging rights at the moment. So let's move over and check out who are our next 2 competitors, Amy.
And the next 2 teams we'll have on track are Velocity Force and the Maxal Trio. What an amazing car that looks like.
Wow, that does look amazing. Look at those colours, and Velocity Force going with that really, really sleek look with just a plain black main body colour and some hints of colour splashing down those side pods. What do you make of these cars, Lawrence?
Well, that Max Lee Trio car is looking to go over the rainbow. So we've got this front wing with the quite aggressive flaps there, and I think they're trying to direct the air over the front wheels so they don't spin it up and make too much turbulence. I'm loving the colours on that car. Whereas Velocity Force A, look at that, they've got these side pods with the curving out, just directing the air around those rear wheels, and the slope up to the CO2 chamber. I think this will be a really close race.
Let's see if Velocity Force can get back to black and go fast on track. Let's see race number 1.
Race number 1, Tom, with Velocity Force in lane 1 and the Maxelli Trio in lane 2.
I don't know about you, Nelson, but I can see red and orange and pink and green from the Maxell Trio with a 1.978. Velocity Force A with a 2.728.
Wow, breaking that 2-second barrier straight off the bat for Maxell Trio. Well done. And Velocity Force pumping a really good score down that track with that 2.728. Well done to both teams. And it's not just about racing. It's not just about winning. It's about consistent times. And why is that, Lawrence?
So, yeah. The scoring for the primary class, you know, these cars do 4 races, not just 1. So while we are looking at that fastest time on the leaderboards, you do actually get points for the average of those 2nd and 3rd fastest times as well. So what you need to do is make a car that's nice and sturdy so that it can do race after race.
Absolutely. Thanks for that information, Lawrence. Right, well, let's get on track and see what happens.
Race number 2 with Velocity Force still in lane 1 and the Maxelli Trio in lane 2. Lights out! There they go.
And both cars going very quickly there with the Maxelli Trio winning again with a 2.007. Velocity Force A with a 2.372.
Wow, great racing again. Maxell Trio just pipping Velocity Force to the post there, but well done from both teams. Excellent stuff. And Amy, we know you've competed before in F1 in schools in the secondary edition. What was your favourite or your best highlight from competing in F1 in schools?
Oof, that's a big question. I always liked the racing just because that was the most exciting part, but I think my favourite activity kind of outside of F1 in schools that I've done in the competition would be when I went to see the Singapore Flyer in 2015. So it's like a big wheel that you went around and you could see all of Singapore.
Absolutely
wow.
Amazing stuff there. So make sure that you do keep following the F1 Schools competition for many opportunities like Amy has just explained. And we're ready on track. We're getting a fist pump from Amy. So let's get out there and see how they perform.
Race 3 with the cars now in different lanes, Tom, with the Maxelli Trio in lane 1 and Velocity Force in lane 2.
And the Maxelli Trio taking that one again with a 2.010. Velocity Force A with a 2.623. I've got to say, I really like the way the Velocity Force car looks on track. It looks really sleek and really professional.
It does look really, really sleek, doesn't it? And it looks great flying down that track. Well done to the Maxell Trio again there. We did see on the first cut of the racing there, Lawrence, that Maxell Trio's wing was slightly wonky after a few races. Can you give us some, or enlighten us a little bit on why that might have happened?
Yeah, so these cars race down the 20-metre track, but then they have less than 1 metre to slow down. So that is actually quite a violent process. You know, they do come to a stop very quickly, and that means that sometimes with these paper cars, the shape of the wings can change a little. Something you can do to prevent that is definitely maybe try and reinforce those wings with a bit of card. You know, you might be able to glue that under or use a bit of sellotape just to make the cars a bit more firm so we don't see that changing of the aerodynamic profiles.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Lawrence. Well, let's head out on track and check out our next race.
Next race with the car still in the same lanes. Who's going to take this one, Amy?
Couldn't call it, Nelson. But the Maxelli Trio take that final race with a 2.157. Velocity Force A with a 2.536.
Wow, don't stop me now. Maxell Trio taking all 4 races. Fantastic. And Velocity Force posting those incredibly consistent times, doing a fantastic job. Really well done. Let's check out the leaderboard. And there we have it. Maxell Trio Not Looking Back in Anger with a 1.978 and Velociforce A with a 2.372. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Now, we're really hotting up now, and we have one more race left to go before we see our final rankings. So, Amy, please introduce our car.
And our final car taking the track is Phoenix.
My, and will this car punch through the ring of fire as it races down the track? Wow. I'm loving this almost X-shaped front wing. This has a lower element and an upper element, and it really looks like a phoenix flying down the track. Maybe a bit of biomimicry here, with the team taking inspiration from nature in the design of their car. And this wide rear wing also looks like the span of this Phoenix flying over the track. Well, let's see it go.
Let's see it go indeed. Let's head out straight on track for race number 1.
Race number 1 for Team Phoenix, racing alone, so this team will be no under pressure, but they may actually be singing "We Are the Champions" by the end of all races. Let's see.
And there's a slight delay here, just waiting for the time. The reason for that is, Nelson?
The reason is because the racing track is waiting to see if there's a team finishing on the second lane.
Well, Phoenix posting a 2.180 there.
Really, really good first time, punching that down the track and into the finish line. And as we've mentioned before, remember, it's not about racing versus another car, even though that is incredibly exciting. It's about getting those consistent times. So I can see Amy waving outside. Yes, she is. We're ready to go with race number 2.
Race number 2 with the team still in the same lane. Team Phoenix looking great with all of those colors. Lights out. And now we just need to wait a little bit for the system to give us the result.
And what a great time with a 1.984, but don't stop believing, Phoenix. I think you can go a little bit quicker.
Wow, a 1.984. Incredible to get under that 2-second limit. I'll tell you what, we've had some incredibly fast cars, haven't we, Lawrence? Is that anything to do with the wheel systems that the teams are using?
Yeah, this is so impressive. But we do see all of the teams actually have to use the same wheel systems in the primary class, which is, it means there's a little less for the teams to work on, and it keeps the racing nice and close, as we've seen. But, we do see these teams improving their times as the races go on. So while Phoenix might be out there racing all on their own, as that wheel system loosens up, they can go faster as it goes on.
Well, Lawrence, thanks very much for that rendition. That was absolutely wonderful. But more importantly, let's see if Phoenix have got the key and the secret in their next race.
Race number 3 with Phoenix now in lane 2. Lights on and lights out. It was so fast we missed it on the camera. So we just need to wait a little bit for the race system to give us the time.
And we know that red light normally spells danger, but this time it spells Phoenix going to the end of the track with a 2.090.
Wow, someone set Phoenix free there with that 2.09. Well done to Phoenix for that time. Again, incredibly consistent, but great racing. Really, really exciting stuff. And that just actually leaves us onto our very last race of this regional. So let's see what Phoenix can do.
Don't let the sun go down on Phoenix, because they are the Phoenix and they will rise from the ashes. Lights out. Oh, the suspense is killing me, Amy. I think that dog is still around here.
Phoenix posting an amazing 2.507 in the final race of this regionals.
Wow, what great racing from all teams. And Phoenix, you'll be incredibly excited to know where you are on the leaderboard. So let's find out. And there you have it, Phoenix under investigation in position 5 of 7 with a 1.984. But look at that leaderboard. Look how close it is. It's incredibly tight stuff from all of our teams. What an amazing day's racing. We really, really enjoyed that here in our studio and out on the track. So we have actually put a final leaderboard together with the points in the table. So we'll head across now and see how the final leaderboard looks with the points distribution. And here we have it, the final leaderboard. And ATA in position 1. Gaming Gorillas there in 2. Cats and Dogs, or Cursed Cats and Dangerous Dogs, should I say, in position 3. Maxwell Trio in 4. Phoenix in 5. Morton Warriors in 6. And Velocity Force A in 7. Well done to all of our teams. It's been such a fantastic day of racing. We've had a great time here in the studio. I hope you've had a great time in school or at home, wherever you're seeing this stream. Make sure, though, that you do tune in tomorrow to find out where the awards go, because remember, it's all about all of your elements tallying up for where the awards go. So please do tune in for that. We're incredibly excited to see you all tomorrow. And it just leaves me to say a massive, massive thank you to all of our students for the hard work and effort that you've put into designing, making your cars and your verbal presentations and your portfolios. You've done an absolutely sterling job, so really, really well done. And we can't forget your teachers, can we? They've done a fantastic job supporting you, getting you live on this link, and making sure everything has been submitted on time to us here at F1 in Schools HQ. So big kudos to your teachers as well. And then finally, we've got Lawrence over there in the studio with a fantastic singing voice and rendition. We loved that. Nelson, thank you for keeping the animals alive here in the studio. I really appreciate that. And Amy, your commentary as ever was absolutely amazing. And from me, Tom, at F1 in Schools HQ, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow.